are these words? Let me help you understanding these. Actually, these are relative pronouns, the words that relate to the noun and provide extra information about them. Alright, let's take an example. Increasing pollution is becoming a major problem in the cities, particularly the one which comes from vehicles on roads. Here, which is the word that is relative pronoun that relates to the noun pollution, providing extra information about it. Who, which, that, whose, whom are the most common relative pronouns. Let's look at a few facts about them. Mainly, these are used to improve cohesion and to give reference to the noun. These words come after the noun or a pronoun in a sentence. Now, using these relative pronouns can be confusing sometimes. Let's take whom or whose for instance. Whom is referred to a person, while whose expresses possession. Have a look in the first example. Whom refers to the government, right? And in the second one, whose expresses the possession of a job. Before moving further, we'll discuss two types of relative clauses: the defining relative clause and the non-defining relative clause. The defining relative clause provides the information, the important information after the noun, and the non-defining relative clause provides extra and non-essential information about something. Look at these examples. You can understand the difference between the defining relative clause and the non-defining relative clause. Remember, we always use comma to separate the non-defining relative clause from a main clause. Which and that are the other confusing relative pronouns. So, which is used to give reference to things only with non-defining clauses, and whereas that is used to give reference to things as well as persons and to introduce defining clause. So, here are the examples. So, which is used here, and this is referring to the apartment, while in the second one, that is used just to give reference to someone, right? Next, it's about using prepositions with relative pronoun. So, in formal style, especially in writing, prepositions usually come before the relative pronoun. For example, my boss for whom I have worked is going to retire. But in spoken English, prepositions usually come at the end of the clause. For example, you may have a neighbor that you can rely on. Can we skip them? Actually, in formal writing, we should not drop them. But in informal and spoken communication, we can. Also, we can skip them when these give information about an object in a sentence. For example, the book that I'm reading is fascinating. Here, the book is an object. And so, it can be changed to the book I'm reading is fascinating. So, that's it for today. See you next lesson.